let's get into what Kev loves most.
Oh, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. My name is not Paul Heyman, it's Kev Nevick, and this is the Wrestling Minute, brought to you proudly by not only Carnage Media, but Bite Size Sports. And that is true. Yeah, he's already been tweeting and posting about it for the last week or so. Like, hey, I'm ready for December 9th, baby. Dylan
Come
Buck
on,
is
Dana.
ready.
Make it happen. Make it happen. He's in shape. He's ready. He's never out of shape. He's ready.
That is true. He is ready. And I am ready to talk to you guys about, once again, another nostalgia play. So see, it's great. The Wrestling Minute, you never really have to learn anything new because nothing is new under the sun in the world of wrestling. So Survivor Series, one of the big four, as it were. Well, that's one that, you know, most fans recognize, that one of those pay-per-view names. It's not like, Vengeance or Money in the Bank or something crazy. You know, Survivor Series has been a staple in the industry. So naturally, the WWE, now that they're part of TKO, you know, they got a little more money behind. They got these investors. They've been hot-shotting it, as us carnies would say. Not only did we didn't have one return, not two returns. They had three returns to the WWE. Now, the first one is infamous joke character R-Truth. Clayton, you probably won't know this name. Wade, do you know who R-Truth is? The guy who won the 24/7 title like 300 something times.
I do not know.
Yeah, nope. That just goes to show you that belt was worthless. Yeah. So that one was just for the real, like, that's what we call a deep cut. You know, that's like R-Truth is like the 11th song on an album by your favorite artist, right? Like, only you know about that. Like, casual fans, they've never even heard of it. But then in the main event, RKO, the Rattlesnake, Randy Orton showed up to help get a victory for the good guys, believe it or not. Do you remember Randy Orton, Wade?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, the Viper. The Viper. See, Alex knows what's up. I love it. 24/7, 365, 7-Eleven, 1-2-3 champion. Yes. I love it. Yes. No, R-Truth, and they've brought him back to be sort of a comic relief comedy figure. But he's a fantastic athlete, though. That's the sad part about the WWE. Sometimes you get cast as one of the children's characters, and you're just going to do goofy, comic-y shit, and you could be one of the best athletes in the world. Doesn't matter, because Vince saw, well, not Vince anymore. Now it's Triple H. But back then it would be as easy as, well, goddamn, pal. I hate the dentist, so we're gonna make you an evil dentist, Dr. Isaac Yankem. God damn, this is good shit. So he had the Viper, Randy Orton, come back, but the biggest news in Chicago, of all places, somehow the best kept secret in wrestling, CM Punk did return to the WWE. He quoted Bret Hart when he did his first promo, saying, "Hell has frozen over." It was been pretty well documented how much CM Punk did not enjoy his time at the end of his WWE run, because The Rock would take a break from Hollywood and just get his top spot immediately, and he'd be really pissed. So The Rock, you know, he's out here being a millionaire, doing all these movies, and then when he wants to come back, he just gets the top spot at WrestleMania, which, for those of you who don't know, those have higher payouts for the wrestlers. So he's coming in at the last minute, and it basically be like every year. Imagine if you work at an office, and every year at peak season, not only does the company bring in temps, but they bring those temps in to make more money than you. You know, so it would piss anybody off, most likely. But anyway, the guy somehow has come back. Wade, do you have any memories? Was CM Punk at all part of your wrestling watching history?
A little bit, but I didn't like him. So
You're not alone.
So I didn't really pay attention to him.
Oh, you are not alone. And that's why it's such big news, and that's why he's the biggest draw. So just to put it into perspective, I think already the clip of him returning is the most viewed clip on the WWE's YouTube channel. He's the top selling merch mover in the WWE, and at one point, I believe he was still the top in AEW because he was only fired a couple months ago from his last job. So he's a top merch mover in the two biggest companies in this business in the world. And it's because you either love him or you hate him, and that's his brand, and someone's always freaking talking about him. And that's the thing. Just as an objective fan of the sport, you know, more guys like this are actually working, then people are talking about it, more eyes are on it. Awesome. So I'm content with it. I'm gonna be kind of mad. Time is a flat circle, and as Harvey Dent once said in my second favorite Christopher Nolan film, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I find it funny that Charles Montgomery Punk, the same man who got very upset at other big name wrestlers coming back right before WrestleMania to steal his payday, might be doing that exact same thing to Cody Rhodes and the other guys who've been working there all year. So, you know, that's probably what's going to happen. But there it is. There's our wrestling minute. Forgive me. I will step down from the soapbox.
Before you step down, though, I got one more thing because I saw this rumor on a podcast and I want to talk about it real quick.
Ooh.
So Dana White has been talking about this potential super fight in the mix. Who that super fight is we don't know. All of the champions except for Alex Pereira are currently booked. So one of the big rumors is that supposedly the UFC floated Rhonda Rousey 15 mil to come back and fight Miesha Tate for the 135 title at UFC 300.
Wow.
I saw that. Dana said that on the Nelk Boys podcast, and like people have been going crazy about that. Like, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? I think it'll more than likely end up being they'll bring in somebody to fight Alex Pereira. But like,
that would
so
be
wild to think about.
That is wild, but that would be the only fight I think Ronda Rousey would have a chance with. I mean, she's always had her number.
Yeah, she's 2-0 against her already.
Yeah, so
that would be interesting. Now, I wonder because I thought that, and I don't remember specifically seeing the clip, so maybe it was just an out of context tweet, but I thought someone had asked Dana about Ronda specifically when it came to UFC 300, and I thought he previously had said that wasn't on the table. But for the last 2 months, everybody else at that same company has been saying, "Oh yeah, we're not talking to CM Punk about bringing him back." So
yep.
So
they also said for 200, like, yeah, it's not going to be Brock Lesnar. It won't be. It's not going to be. That's how Ariel Helwani lost his job. So,
oh yeah.
Speaking of which, I got to talk about this for a second because I don't know if I said it or not, but him and so there's a guy. His name, I can never pronounce his name correctly. Who the guy for Dominance MMA Management? What is his name? Big Dominance MMA Management. They represent like Frankie Edgar, Ali Abdelaziz. That's who it is. Yeah, him and Ariel were going back and forth on Twitter a couple weeks ago, and he said, or Abdelaziz said, "Imagine getting not being able to get credentials to a UFC event." And Ariel tweeted back at him, "Imagine being able to get on a plane and leave the country." 10-8 round.
Oh, wow.
Ariel got him.
Ariel, God, you don't expect that. Oh,
I was scrolling through Twitter and I was like, "Damn, Ariel got him, dude."
Oh, wow.
That guy's got a family to think about, bro.
Yeah, I know. What the heck?
Dang, man. Okay, noted. All right. You don't want to get in a verbal sparring match with Ariel. Goddamn.
Right?
Had to bring up the potential crossover between the WWE and the UFC once again. I'm interested to see if it'll happen. I don't think it will, but it's possible. Anything's possible.
It is very possible because Rhonda did recently wrestle for the enemy, so to speak. She had a wrestling match for Ring of Honor, which is now owned by AEW, but she is not under contract. Tony Khan made that explicitly clear, which is odd. Kind of surprised he isn't paying her a lot of money to go over there and help their women's division, but maybe it's one of those weird things that kind of makes sense if she is training for a UFC fight. Maybe she wouldn't, because she's been hitting the indies in wrestling. Like, she's just been randomly doing these one-off spots, which, it's not like she couldn't get a contract.
Right.
I'm sure if the dollar's right, I'm sure the WWE would even take her back. So she could wrestle, on a contract if she wanted to. So maybe she is keeping herself open. Because I would say this, fellas, in my opinion, UFC 300 is the only time you can see Ronda Rousey. Like, if she comes, she would have to have a very impressive victory, I think, to ever get a second fight after this. I think this is almost like you call it a super fight. It's almost, in a sense, it's kind of just like a celebrity fight at this point, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's. There's diminishing. The longer she goes, the less attractive having her as a big name on any card. So this might be the last good opportunity to have her on a UFC card and have it draw lots of money. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. Well, I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't think it'd be a great idea for Ronda. Outside of, take the money for sure, but. Some things are best left alone. Yeah,
I think that's the only fight I think that she should consider for, if it's a payday, to come back for a UFC fight. Because
you don't think she should try to take on like a world-class kickboxer or something?
I do.
You get a Holly Holm highlight again.
Yeah.